7:44 right now. It is hard to believe we are more than halfway through the high school football season. The season's highs and habits are becoming clearer now. Our game of the week features North Central at Carmel. Our friend and end zone expert Greg Rakestraw is here from ISC Sports to look ahead at the game of the week.
Yep.
So the northern foes here.
Yeah, this is a rivalry that has gone on for decades. You know, the MIC has now been around for 25 years, but this rivalry predates this. If you go back to the 80s, early 90s, this was the season opening game that these two fired up against each other. And a couple of years ago, it was a major accomplishment for North Central to go to Carmel and win, because it had been a few years since North Central had done that. This is a bit of a rebuilding year for the Panthers, and it's somewhat expected, just because North Central had a 40-player senior class last year. They have gone to a sophomore quarterback, have the Panthers, and you can't take much from last week because, frankly, Center Grove is doing that to a lot of teams. Kind of the one-sided beatdown, unfortunately, got handed to them. So it's a chance for North Central to learn a little bit. As far as Carmel is concerned, a game that was more competitive than the final score would indicate. It was 44-14 against Lawrence North last week.
Sounds dominating.
Right. It was competitive into the third quarter,
Okay.
and that game kind of got away towards the second half. So, again, Carmel will be the favorite in this game. It is a rivalry game. You never know what might happen.
Right. The energy and motivation behind rivalries. I mean, they're just a few miles from each other, so you never know what's going to happen, but the stats show it might not be that much of a competition.
Correct. And it's a Carmel team. Again, the one time we've seen them on MyND was against Center Grove. And so I had to remind myself, hey, the first 2 weeks that Carmel won with a very young football team, they beat state champions from other states in terms of Trinity from Louisville and Detroit King as well. So one of the keys for Carmel is simply, can they keep their starting quarterback healthy? They have played 3 quarterbacks this year. Zach Osborne has played in each of the last 3 years, but he's dealt with injuries. So thankfully he's back for them. And again, the more he can stay on the field, the better the chances John Hebert and company have going forward.
All right, strengthen and recover well. So what other games should we watch for this week?
All right, 2 games to look for. First of all, let's talk about what I just learned was your alma mater. Rebuff is #1 in 3A.
Boom, go Braves.
They are undefeated. They are taking on 4A #1, the Roncalli Royals. I still have to stop myself before I say the old nickname, but the Royals are the defending state champs. And I do think there's a bit of a gap there because I think Roncalli is simply one of the best teams in the state, period.
Where is that game?
Good question.
Sorry, I put you on the spot.
Somewhere in Marion County.
I live
Clearly,
where I
know
can hear Rebuff.
So you'll know at about 6:30
I'll know what's going
on Friday night. Other big game is Westfield and Brownsburg. That's a huge game in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference.
Oh, it would be. Okay. Greg, thanks so much. Everything to watch for at 11:08 in the zone with Anthony Calhoun and our whole sports team Friday night. Weather should be good for our game of the week and all others.